Hey everyone, welcome back to No Textbook for Life and welcome to season 2. I am so excited for this season because it's all about holiday traditions. This December, we're kicking things off with Christmas, obviously. We will be exploring the traditions my family has created over the years, the one I grew up with, and the new ones we've built with our girls. Later in the season, we'll cover New Year's, Easter, 4th of July, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and more. So you'll get ideas for the whole year. This first episode is kind of like the foundation episode for the season, how our family celebrates Christmas, the traditions we hold dear, and the new ones that are just getting started. And just the fact that we are on season 2 feels like Christmas itself. But without further ado, let's get into the episode. I grew up with really simple, cozy, magical Christmases, all thanks to my mother, of course. Even though we didn't have a lot, the magic was in the little things. Decorating the tree every year, baking cookies, singing songs, the excitement in the air. My husband, on the other end, he grew up with extravagant, themed Christmases. Huge parties, fancy decorations, elaborate feasts. Honestly, I knew I could never recreate any of that. Before we had kids, Colt and I had 2 Christmases, just the 2 of us. Well, I guess kind of. The first Christmas was just the 2 of us, and then the second one was us with our baby girl in my belly. But just being the 2 of us, Christmas was not the same. We tried to make them special, but it definitely lacked that magic. Once our baby girl arrived and now we have 2 little girls, everything changed. Suddenly, traditions mattered way more, right? Planning mattered, and Christmas actually felt like Christmas again. I didn't realize how much I was waiting for little feet running around the house to make it truly magical, and now I completely understand why my mom loved Christmas so much and why she did what she did to make it so magical for us as children. And that is what I'm trying to do now as a mom for my kids. One of my favorite things we've done for Christmas is a heritage Christmas. So Colt and I both did our DNA through Ancestry, and we pulled out every single heritage that we have. I think there's like 15-ish, I think. A lot of it's like 1%, 2%, but we still count it. Then we made like a little wheel, we spun it, and whatever it landed on became that year's focus. So last year was England. This year is Germany. Later, we'll cover places like Norway, Scotland, Russia, Wales, and so forth. There's a lot. But Germany this year, we're super excited to do. And we don't just sprinkle in a nod to the culture. We honestly try to go all out. And for Germany this year, that meant decorations. We bought a nutcracker. We have a bowl of nuts, an Advent pyramid, wreath with 4 candles for Sundays in December, and real looking lights on the tree. Food-wise, we'll make German treats and a traditional German meal on Christmas Eve. Family history, my husband's grandfather and that whole side of the family is from Germany, and they came over to the US. So we've been learning a lot of stories about his German ancestors and their journey trailblazing a path to America. We also have an Advent calendar with German phrases, pronunciation guides, scripture verses, and German chocolates each night. We were going to make some, but decided to buy the Kinder brand because honestly it's best. My 2 girls absolutely love the advent calendar every single night. We got them their own little cheap one so they wouldn't eat our good chocolate, and luckily they still love it and look forward to it every single night. Okay, this one I'm super excited to talk about because it's an original idea. We put a twist on Elf on the Shelf, and here's how it started. A month ago, maybe a few weeks ago, my husband and I went to Hobby Lobby for a few more Christmas decorations to celebrate Germany. And I wanted to do Elf on the Shelf, but my husband's afraid of dolls, and I don't love the elf. I think it's super annoying. Sorry for those Elf on the Shelf fans. But I knew I wanted some kind of character to do fun things every night so that my kids would have something to look forward to every single morning. And this is where the idea of a Grinch and a Cinch came. He tries to steal Christmas every night, but his plans are always foiled. The girls absolutely love it. Della is always asking, I wonder what the Grinch is going to do tonight. I wonder if he's going to do something this or da-da-da. I think he's going to get the stockings or whatever. So he tries to steal Christmas every night, but his plans are always foiled. And Colt will take a piece of paper and write this big long note of an explanation of what the Grinch was trying to accomplish and then how he got foiled, and leave the Grinch in a situation. So, for example, the Grinch attempted to steal the stockings, but our new puppy foiled his plan by trying to use them as a chew toy. So the Grinch had to jump in a stocking to get away from him. And we put the other stockings on the floor to make it look like he was trying to take them. And then the note explained all that had happened and stuff like that. So that was just one night, and every night my husband looks forward to thinking of new things to surprise the girls in the morning. It's definitely playful, mischievous, and it gives everyone a little bit of excitement in the morning. We also did where he was trying to steal the Christmas lights and he got tangled up in the Christmas lights. And my daughter loves it so much she'll take the piece of paper and put it in the tree every day. So our tree's mostly pieces of paper with Grinch notes on them. Yeah, so I'm hoping it becomes a thing. Just so you know, go get a little Grinch from Hobby Lobby or whatever and start making them try to foil Christmas. Okay, every week we do a Christmas movie night. This one's just simple and predictable. We all love movies, so something we look forward to. Obviously, you've got to watch Christmas movies during Christmas. And the ones we watch the most are the Santa Claus series with Tim Allen, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Elf. My husband's favorite Christmas movies, I would say, are Christmas Vacation and Home Alone 2. Yeah. Something else we do is try to do a lot of service during this month. I mean, we try to do it all year round, but put an even greater emphasis on serving. I do know the holidays get hard, and serving is just a good idea, and it's a great way to teach my children what Christmas is really about. So usually we bake treats and we take them to neighbors and friends. This year I was hoping to make bread and maybe some honey butter or cinnamon butter and take that around, because we get several plates of cookies throughout the month, and you kind of get sugared out. So we thought a nice warm baked loaf of bread would be a great gift for our friends this year. And it's my way of teaching my kids that Christmas isn't just about receiving. It's about giving, serving, and thinking of others. Usually it does get chaotic, and I feel like we always have a hard time actually getting it delivered. But when we do, we always feel better about it. Okay, every year we go out in the forest to cut down our Christmas tree. It's usually messy and usually pretty cold. It had snowed every single year, and this year we honestly thought that we wouldn't have snow because it was like 40s and 50s in eastern Idaho, which is pretty unheard of around Thanksgiving. So we always go the day after Thanksgiving, and this year we went to like the Palisades area in eastern Idaho near Victor, and we found a beautiful tree. And in the middle of our Christmas tree search, like the most beautiful snowfall started happening. We didn't have any wind. We honestly weren't that cold, and it was a lot of fun. So that was a super sweet memory that we got to make with our children, and every year they love it. So then there's our family photo and ornament tradition. Every year we take a Christmas photo, and I had this idea to glue it onto a slice of our tree trunk, turning it into an ornament with the year on it. And so when I look at all of them on the tree, I can see how my girls have grown and how our family has grown each year. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's an idea that I got last year, so I gotta get on that this year to make sure that it gets done. This year we're starting Christmas cards with a yearly update, a letter about our year. I love the idea of sending something tangible to friends and family that they can keep. And we got this idea from some really good friends of ours who gave us a letter of their year. And it was super fun. They had like favorite quotes that their kids had said that year and big milestones for their family. And it was just a good way to get to know them better and stay in touch and things like that. So, yeah, there are a lot of traditions I want to say that we have either started last year or are starting this year. And mostly because, the last, 6 years of marriage, we've been trying to figure out how to combine our favorite traditions. And literally over the last year, we've really started planning for Christmas really, really early on so that we would be ready to implement these things. And so we're trying to find traditions that we love and can keep up with throughout the season, and what traditions where we might not continue doing. But here's some local traditions that we love. Our community here in Blackfoot, they started a light parade 3 years ago, and they're trying to make it an annual thing. I wasn't quite sure what it would be like. This was our first year going, and it was huge. There were so many people, and it was so cold that night. I did not think people were going to show up, but it almost felt like the whole town of Blackfoot was there. The light parade was so much fun, and it was nice and short because we were outside and it was cold. But a giant dance team came through. They did amazing. And then tons of trucks and old cars and sleds and trailers were covered in lights. We saw the Grinch, we saw Rudolph, Santa, all the guys from Home Alone. There were tons of themes. We even saw the elf on the shelf, and that made it awesome. To go along with the light parade, they also had a Winter Madness festival shopping event afterwards. The light parade was in downtown Blackfoot, so all the little shops downtown had those themes in their stores for people to come visit, take pictures with them. There was complimentary apple cider, hot chocolate, cookies, and they were having deals in their store. It was a great way to go and explore the downtown shops, and it was a lot of fun. We got pictures with the Grinch and the elf and Santa and Rudolph, and it's something that we will probably make sure that we do every single year. The theater is one of our traditions. Every year we watch a Christmas play, something Colt and I have done since we got married. Last night we actually went to Annie. Last year we went to the Christmas pageant, and we realized we've been going basically every year, just because his family loves the theater. Also, sledding. It's a December day outside just for fun and adventure. And this year we decided we're going to go sledding on Christmas Day, actually. There's a wonderful snow park here in Iona, out of Idaho Falls, and it's so much fun.
I want that one.
You want this one?
We just planted to the box.
That was scary. That was close. Okay, on Christmas Eve, we set out eggnog and fudge for Santa with a note from the kids. I know it's usually milk and cookies, but my husband loves eggnog and fudge. He actually has an eggnog addiction. He has gotten in trouble for buying too much eggnog this year, and I'm sure it won't stop. When it comes to the fudge, we have the most excellent candy store downtown Blackfoot called the Candy Jar. The owner is Paul, and he is the kindest man we have ever met. And so every year we really want to support local. So we go visit him on Christmas Eve, pick out the fudge we want, and bring it home, get it ready for Santa. Also, this year, in terms of Santa, we're simplifying Santa gifts to just one or two special items instead of a pile of stuff. Just less stress, more meaningful, and kids really remember what they got from Santa. And honestly, if you think about all the kids out there, some don't get as many things as others. So we're trying to bring the focus back to family and keeping the magic alive with a couple Santa gifts. And I think the kids will be just fine about that. And maybe more grateful, because my daughter's always like, I got this from Santa. I'm like, actually, I hadn't picked that out, but okay. But, you live and you learn. And now we're going to implement simple. And, what I've learned is that Christmas magic isn't about money or perfection. It comes from intention, presence, and the patterns you repeat every year. Our traditions, Heritage Christmas, cozy routines, serving others, little rituals, are what make this season magical. Kids remember presents, not present, laughter, stories, smells, and moments spent together, not perfection. And honestly, I hope these traditions create the same magic for them that I remember from my childhood, because I can still remember vividly my Christmas memories, waking up, going upstairs, seeing this gorgeous tree lighting up these gifts that were so carefully wrapped. And there was separate wrapping paper for the Santa gifts that were shiny and elaborate handwriting on the notes. And seeing the milk and cookies were gone. My mom would also hang candy canes on the tree every year from Santa. I guess that is another thing that I like to implement, is putting the candy canes on the tree, because it just reminds me of those magical Christmases. There's nothing like a Christmas morning as a kid. So yeah, thanks so much for listening to season 2, episode 1. I hope this inspires you to create your own meaningful traditions, whether big, small, or somewhere in between. Later in the season, we'll explore other holidays. But for now, enjoy this magical Christmas season. Make memories, and remember, the little moments matter the most. Try to keep it simple. And just remember, it's all about family. And especially this Christmas season, it's all about our Savior. Hope to see you next week. If you want to watch the video version, I'll be sharing little clips of our Christmases and our Grinch and the Cinch decorations, etc. So, also on my YouTube, Modern American Mama, I will be sharing a lot more about our Christmas traditions, especially about the German traditions that we are implementing. So don't miss out. Go subscribe, like, comment. See you next week.